Happy hump day, everybody. This is Crypto and Coffee with your favorite trading bros. I'm Clutch Crypto. We had another big range in that range that we called out yesterday, just a bunch of ranging yesterday. It is Wednesday. Are we going to have that midweek reversal? And if so, what's that going to look like? So, P. Wellington, of course, is always on the charts. I don't know if this guy ever leaves the charts. So, what do you got?
Hey, buddy. Hi,
Hey,
hey, how's everybody out there? What's going on? No, it's fun day Wednesday. And, yesterday we kind of did what we talked about. We just ranged around in this area. We've had these kind of these two, this resistance and support area here. We've really been testing, this resistance area or the support area down here. And so we kind of had this move to the upside, from looking at, some of the charts this morning. I know a lot of longs got on board with that. Just this candle here. This was in the European session, and then they pulled it back, back into this range. So we just been bouncing off of this 200, which is coming in as well. Again, if we start to break down, I would anticipate this zone here again. This is a low volume node zone. There's not a lot of, uh, um, not a lot of
orders.
volume right
Yeah.
here. Yeah. So, and we also have this vector zone here to the left. And so, if we do break here, I anticipate that we come all the way down into this 800. This will probably be your next, TP if you do catch that trade, or your first TP if you do catch that trade, and then moving kind of down into this area here, which we haven't retouched in a while. But I would anticipate that we get down here, if we do break that 200, and we are just bouncing off of it quite miraculously. We haven't broken through it, but we haven't tested this zone up here yet, which is in that 2000 area. We know that's an attractive area as well. And so, for us bouncing down here, collecting a lot of these shorts to move those back up into this area and then potentially break that area. And if we do break that area, kind of the sky's the limit relative to where we go. But I would anticipate that 2107, which is another peak. And then there's another vector zone up in this area as well. So it's just going to be one of those days where we're testing this 200. If we break down, take the trade to the 800. If we break down and it stops short, meaning a swing pattern failure, then I would tend to get out of that trade pretty quick because I think we're going to start moving back to the upside because we do have kind of a pattern that we need to complete on the 1 hour. And we really haven't gone back and retested these areas. And I would anticipate we do that before we move back down.
Do you have any
So
like so this swing pattern failure? Do you have any like projected targets, points, prices that we can let our viewers like to really kind of key on? Like if we break
yeah,
below X, you know.
yeah. So if we break below, this area here, which is kind of we're testing right now, so the 1850s. I think if we start breaking below there, and for me, when I start looking at these swing pattern failures, I'll look at RSI. I'll kind of look where we're at in momentum wave, and if it's a good amount of volume that breaks through, right? Like, so if you got vectors that are breaking through, then I would look for a continuation. If there's not a whole lot of volume and it just starts to dip its toe down there, then I would anticipate that that's going to be a pullback, right? So even with this one, you kind of get the same thing. If you had some volume that came in, so this kind of broke through, but then still pulled back after that momentum. So if you would have gotten through right here, uh, you probably would have had enough time to put in, your trade into profit for the comeback. But obviously, this was a trap. We're going to anticipate at some point it either breaking through one way or the other. So you just got to be careful and look at somewhat of the volume and kind of where we're at when we get through it.
Very
But
good,
yeah,
very good, cool.
1850s on that end, and then now we've got kind of a peak up here at this 1956 area. So areas to take a look at.
Sounds good.
So kind of moving on, this is our OI chart. Again, if you saw that move earlier, We had a bunch of longs that got on board with that move to the upside, then it pulled back, and all those longs basically got liquidated or pulled out. We've had a little bit of momentum to the downside, and we've had an increase in OI, which would tell me, and we've had a decrease in spot, which would essentially communicate to me that we've got some shorts that are coming on board, because spot is basically sold off here, but we've got an increase in OI. So I would imagine that there's going to be some shorts that are coming on board. And since we are at that 200, again, I think that they're trapping shorts. Just overall, if we look at OI from a change perspective, we're at 5.8 billion, negative 2.4% funding rate. Pretty much flat across the board. Moving into it, FTX being negative funding rate as well. Look at the traditional markets. We were down earlier for the futures. It's not quite 8:30 yet. We're still down considerably. The Dow Jones was up yesterday, so we're down today. So there's a sell-off off of that, and then S&P is I would call that down to flat, and then Nasdaq sold off yesterday as well, to a certain extent. We got breaking news. Fed futures traders pricing 52.5 chance of a 75 basis point hike in September, up from 41%. So, again, as far as the pivot is concerned, I don't know if that's going to be something that happens, and we may be ahead of the curve, but this is some information that's out there that's saying that we're not, from an economic, I think I got some construction going on right here. From an economic standpoint, we have retail sales that came out today, that those sales were disappointing. So from a 0.8% to a 0.0, so we did have a decline in retail sales. We did also have a decline in retail sales relative to when you exclude motor vehicles, and then real retail sales kind of had a little bit of a bump, but overall these are not positive numbers for the market. It just shows the economy is slowing down. So that's really what I got on my end. Clutch, what's going on with you, buddy?
Let's find out. So let's share my screen with you guys. Woo-hoo. So as you can see right here, we are right here at negative 6.1 billion on the liquidation delta, and as you guys can see, we range basically right in the exact range that we talked about yesterday. So as far as the shorts go, we still have we're really starting to turn that balance where we're getting more shorts than longs, but we do still have quite a few longs out there, and we do have a big one that's still sitting. He's in here somewhere. 1876? No, lower than that. Where was this going to be at? 1850 areas, I think so. So, again, that 1850 range is going to be that's going to be a crucial range. You're also going to see that here in a minute when we look at Bookmap. And so breaking below that, we probably will have some lower. Here we go. It's wicking down there right now, as you can see. This is. If you guys are watching right now, we're starting to have some downward momentum, some downward movement. And then let's slide over here to Bookmap so you guys can see what's going on here. Where's Bookmap? Bookmap, where are you? There it is. Okay, cool. So here's Bookmap, guys. As you can see, we got right in here, and we hit 1850, but as you can see, we're still kind of chewing away at this liquidity. Looks like it just disappeared. It's down at 1845 now. We are having a slight pullback. So let's take a look at what the bigger picture is we have the VWAP up above us around 1865, and we do have we're pretty much flat as far as the momentum goes now, since we just got down and absorbed that big 1850 area. So we don't have any more real like liquidity down to about 1800, and of course we have some stuff above us at 2000. So this guys could actually go either way, but it does kind of look like it wants to go to the downside right now. So and we do have some more long liquidations to go grab. So I would go ahead and make the assumption that we're probably going to see some more downward action today, but with a few bounces along the way. So I am a little bit of bearish today, and again, we need to break below this 1850, you know, to keep going down. So pay attention to that. If we don't break below 1850 anytime soon, here in the next hour or so, then go ahead and expect a little bit of upside momentum. But I do think we're going to go. I think we're heading down. I know that was a lot. Anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah, no, it does look like we're headed to the downside. So we're starting to get into that area that we talked about.
So I won't be here tomorrow or Friday. So I bid everyone a good week, and I will catch you guys next Monday on the show. And until then,